Hey friends, Scott Morgan here at the Lakes at El Segundo Golf Course, head professional and general manager here at the Lakes. So today is part of my series that I'm doing from our Lakes Facebook page, Facebook Live. Some of you may hop on here in the middle of it, you may hop off, but for any of you that are hopping on or maybe watching the replay, I encourage you to ask questions below. So today's video is strictly going to be for that absolute beginner. So my goal is that if you're watching this right now, I'll also ask you that at the bottom of your screen, whether you're on your phone, you're going to see a button where you can share that you're watching this right now. And maybe a golfer in your life or someone who's considering golfing might be interested in watching this, because these videos are going to be based on for the very beginner in the game of golf, and that's what we encourage. That's what our facility here is all about, right? We're about that absolute beginner who's just thinking about going and maybe trying out the game, maybe going to the putting green first, and maybe going and hit a bucket of balls to see if something they might want to take to the next level. So as you're on here, I also encourage you to post questions. So on the comment sections, you can post questions, and after I close off the live feed, I'll be able to go back and answer any questions that you might have about golf. They can pertain to what I'm going to talk about today and gripping the putter for the very first time, or it might be a general questions about golf. I'll be glad to answer those questions as well. So for today, we're talking about, this is your very first time, okay? You're an absolute beginner. You've never played the game before. I'm going to adjust my camera down so you can see my hands. So what I want you thinking about is that, well, let me back up. So this is how I start a beginning lesson, right? Someone who comes to me for the very first time, the very first thing I start with is putting, right? So I put a putter in their hand, and that motion of putting is the smallest swing that we do in golf, and that's where I like to start beginners. But the first thing we talk about is how to hold the club, right? So what I've got here is my Nike putter, and what you'll notice on a putting, on the grip, right? So this is the grip. There's the shaft of the putter, and that's the grip that they put on the shaft, right? So that's what you're going to hold it with, right? Like a paddle, ping pong paddle, or a tennis racket. That's what you're holding the club with. But on a putter, you'll notice, you bend down a little bit. I'll get into my squat position so you can also see me. But the putter, the grip on the putter is the only one of a set of clubs that has a flat surface, right? So if you probably can't, you might be able to see that, but as I rotate that around, that's the flat surface on the grip of the putter. So when I take a beginner right from the very scratch, right from scratch, is that we start with how to hold that putter. Now again, a putter grip, a typical golf club that you might be swinging up on a drive range has a round grip. Of a putter, it's the only one that's got that flat surface on the front of it, and that's important to know as you start to hold the putter for the very first time. So, and I'll be talking as right-handed, right? So I'm talking to the right-handed golfer. So when you first hold on to the club, you're going to take, I'm a big believer in the thumbs, right? So your thumbs, your left is going to go on first for the right-handed player. Your left is going to go on first. You're going to put that thumb right on the flat surface, right on the top of that grip, and then you're going to let your other fingers, you flip that over, you're just going to let them wrap around the grip as naturally as they can. But the key is that thumb is running right down the top flat surface of that putter. It's not to the side, it's not to this side, you're going to get it right there. So once we do that, we're confident that the rest of your hand is in a pretty good position, and you let the other fingers just simply wrap around. Now the same thing with the right hand. Again, I'm speaking in right-handed mind as for a right-handed golfer. So my right hand now, I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to take my thumb and I'm going to rest it right on top of that flat surface, right there. All the fingers right here. I've got my thumb on that flat surface. And likewise, now this is where different grips come into play, right? So the rest of my fingers are going to wrap around the grip however they feel comfortable to you. Now there's all different kinds of ways to hold it, and when you go to your golf pro, you get an idea from them of what's the best way to hold it. And there's no exact answer to that question. And the main thing is, if your thumbs are running down the top flat surface of that grip, the other fingers can go on whatever feels comfortable to you. So left hand goes on first, the thumb is on a flat surface, my other thumb goes on top of there. Now I hold it where I take that finger out, I wrap my other fingers inside, and that runs over top of those fingers, so it looks something like that with that finger over there. So some will hold it with all fingers on the club, and you may have heard getting a little more advanced, a little different styles. It's called left hand low. In fact, my good friend Charles was out here this morning on the putting green. We're talking about that, about left hand low and my right hand is up top. So left hand low for right-handed golfers, it means the left hand is lower than the right hand simply. So that goes on the grip like so. But still, even with that grip, your thumbs are going to ride on the top flat surface of that putter. And it's also key, as I think about that live here, I think about the grip that's actually on your putter. So you want to make sure, you want to go to your pro, you want to go to someone that knows about grips and how they're set up on the club. I'll take this head cover off. But you want to make sure that the grip has actually been installed on the shaft properly, right? As I'm recommending that you absolutely have to have the thumbs running right down the flat surface. If that grip is crooked to the face of the club, if it's not on properly, well then all bets are off, right? So make sure that the grip is installed onto the putter properly so it's not crooked, right? So then we're on there. And that's it. I mean, that is it. This lesson, this little live how-to golf here at the Lakes is all about just how to hold on to that grip, right? So there's the 10 finger. You can overlap it there with the finger over top of there. Left hand low is there where the left hand is low. Those are different kinds. And this is a standard length putter, right? You might see, as you go in a golf shop, you'll see different lengths of putter. There's counterbalance and belly and all kinds of different putters. And all the heads are all different shapes of heads, and that's going to come down to how that simply looks to you as you look down at the putter, is all that is. But today is our how-to golf video today, coming to you live from the Lakes El Segundo Golf Course. I am Scott Morgan, head golf pro and general manager here at the Lakes. You can comment questions in the string below this video, share this with your friends, and if you really want to get some free golf tips, you can go to my YouTube channel. If you go to YouTube and you search Scott Morgan Golf, you're going to see the free videos that I have on YouTube as well. So comment below on some questions you might have, and I'll answer those after the broadcast ends and reach out to you. And then come on out to the Lakes, right? So our putting green you see behind me is free to use to anybody. We're open to the public. We'll even loan you a putter and some balls in a golf shop if you like. And if you catch me in a golf shop, we'll review today's golf tip of how to put your hands on the putter for the very first time. All right, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys at the next how to golf video here at the beautiful Lakes at El Segundo Golf Course in sunny Southern California. Peace.